What does your personal CV say about your life? What have you done and what have you achieved? Let's get cooking, baby. Welcome to another G-Dubs vlog. The team have just touched down in the Maldives. As you can see behind me, absolutely ruthless settings. It's going to be a little bit of a different video to the usual pure travel content, but hopefully a little bit of inside the mind, looking at some thoughts and feelings which have led me to go full time on my YouTube channel this year and travel the world. We're going to be discussing that really I guess prominent topic of escaping the matrix, which is thrown around on YouTube and the internet, and kind of breaking that down and looking at how that relates to day-to-day life. And then we're going to link that into some of my goals for 2024, which is going to be an unbelievably ambitious year, the biggest one I've ever done. And yeah, we've taken that step already. Your boy's still en route to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could do me a massive favour, hit the button down below. Let's get cooking, baby. Let's get into it. Escaping the matrix. First, we need to break down what is the matrix and what that means. It's a term which is derived from the films The Matrix, so any of you who haven't watched them, I'd definitely go back, and if you're only going to watch one, obviously watch the first one. Morpheus gives Neo two options, the red pill or the blue pill. The blue pill is ultimately an illusion. It's that machine world, it's that ordinary reality where we don't ask questions, we don't look for the answers, we kind of just take what we're given as face value and we move on very much in that kind of machine-like reality. The red pill is potentially learning unsettling things about the world that we live in, but the context of opening our eyes to maybe what we're told isn't the right answer and we should push and kind of figure things out for ourselves, and that kind of applies to any form of life and where you are in the world. And whilst I'm not sitting here saying, do you know what I mean, every single government is against us and do you know what I mean, we're held down by a larger power, I think there's definitely things where what we're taught as, do you know what I mean, children to what you grow up when you're 20, 30 and onwards, you find that, well, we're taught one thing, but actually this is the reality. And I think we just need to be questioning more things as we go throughout life. So let's break down those in a little bit more detail. The blue pill. This is the pre-programming, the fake world. We're told to get an education, get a job, buy a house, pay off your mortgage, pay off your student loan and retire at the age 70. But let's break each of those sort of topics down. So getting an education is sort of, we're told, is like the be all and end all. Do you know what I mean? You need to get A's in your GCSEs, you need to go and get A levels, and you need to go to university. But is that the correct path for everyone? Some people, yes. If you want to be a doctor, you need a degree in medicine to do that. But in other degrees, for example, the job that I've done for the kind of last 9 years in recruitment, do you know what I mean? You didn't need a degree to do that. Obviously, there are a lot of characteristics and valuable life lessons that I got from university and moving down south, which were unbelievably valuable, but it wasn't something that was needed, and obviously now it has connotations where every time I earn more money, I'm paying more student loan back, and that is obviously an absolute killer each month. And that kind of links in to the job front. We're kind of pre-programmed and told to go and get that big corporate job, work up that corporate ladder, and that's the be all and end all. But I think if everyone could earn slightly less but work for themselves, be building something for themselves, whether that's a business or even just like developing an idea, I think everyone would take that, and obviously you have the added flexibility within your life as well. And I think the house one is super interesting, and you watch a lot of videos online who go into like the financial constraints and what that kind of means for different people. Ultimately, the banks lend you money to pay them back money which isn't even there, and obviously have fractional reserve banking. Again, I'm not an absolute expert in this stuff, but I've been watching some YouTube videos where you put a 70k deposit down on your house, the bank can then lend out 10 times that amount. So they don't even have that capital yet, are then making money off your money, but you're paying back 2, 3 times, maybe even 4, 5 times, depending on how much of a deposit you put down on your house. And it just ties you in. So me and Emma are obviously taking a year off now, going obviously traveling the world, which I'm going to go into a little bit more detail shortly. But there were so many restrictions because we own our own property and things that we need to go through, which made it even harder. And you've bought your house, you've got your education, you've worked for a corporate company for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, whatever it may be, and you retire at the age of 70 and you're getting told to live your life then. I think, do you know what I mean, traveling at that age, if that's one of your goals, looking after family members, whatever it may be, is a lot more difficult. And I think that working for 50 years to then travel or do whatever you want in life for the last 9 doesn't seem like a good balance to myself. Year after year after year, the the rate of retirement is going up. So by the time, do you know what I mean, people like myself retire, is it going to be 75? Is it going to be 77? Is it going to be 80? The current life expectancy in the UK is 80 years old, with obviously a lot of people obviously living longer and some people living shorter. But do you know what I mean, do you want to work for 50 years to live for 9? Sounds like absolute horrendous balance to myself. So yeah, the blue pill is something that I've been kind of questioning over the last sort of couple of years in the pre-programming stuff, and looking at, do you know what I mean? I've gone to university, Leeds, had an unbelievable experience. Me and Em have bought a house. I moved to London to meet Em. So there's a lot of valuable things within that. But when you take a step back and say, well, what am I going to be doing for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Do I want to be stuck working at that job in London, a desk job, and working and making money for someone else? It's something that I'm kind of questioning. I think being born in the 90s gives you both elements of it. If you ask anyone of like my parents' age, they're going to say, go for that pre-programming type route where you buy your house, you pay off your mortgage, and you're a little bit more conservative. I think if you're born in the last 10 years, 20 years, I think it's kind of more on the government's against us, we need to get out of here and explore life. So I think being in the middle gives me a bit of a perspective on both, but these are kind of ideas that, yeah, I've been thinking about and ultimately have led me to take that red pill. So let's get into that. Red pill time. So what I want to say is, and I kind of touched on it in the last kind of section, is that I'm not sitting here like some anti-government activist or anything like that. I've done all the pre-programming, I've gone to uni, I've got a job, worked there for 9 years in a corporate role, and then bought a house and got a mortgage. But again, I think I'm opening my eyes to these ideas and taking a more macro scale view of where I am, what I've done, what I've achieved, and what I want to do next. And I just don't think that is what I've done in the last kind of 9 years working in that corporate role. But again, things will evolve. If YouTube falls through, we might be back there in 12 months' time. So you kind of never know. But I think everyone kind of works on their actual work CV, and they're looking at, okay, I got an education at this place, and I've worked at Google, Apple, and they want these real big accolades from their actual work life. But ultimately, if you've watched any of the interviews, which are quite sad in times, where they interview people who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s of what they regret in life, no one sits there and say, oh, I regret not working in that corporate job for longer. All the people say, I regret things like not traveling sooner, not loving more, not spending more time with family. And I think they're the things that I want to kind of do to enrich my life, and then I'll look back and be more proud of what I've done, and kind of what I've achieved with that. And I think that the other thing as well, with that pre-programming, we're kind of always told, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, follow the order. And I think people need to question things more. I think having an opinion is often seen as, I don't know if the word is aggressive, but abrasive, something along those routes. So I think question things and have your own personal opinion. What I think about life and what I'm looking to do isn't the same as what every single other person is looking to do. But again, have that opinion and really take a hold of what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And I think that it's about having a purpose. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to just work in the same job for 50 years and go to the pub on a Friday and do that thing? Maybe you do, but I'm pretty sure if somebody said to you, what's the best thing you've done in the last 12 months? It'll be something leaving your comfort zone, doing a fitness challenge, going to a different country, and something like that. So I think it is a case of delivering value and obviously something you're passionate about. And if you can kind of combine those two, you're in a pretty bloody good spot. So let's look at what G-Dubs has in store for 2024, baby. As I mentioned, 2024 is going to be the most ambitious year I've ever set in my life, the things I'm looking to do, the things I'm looking to achieve. First, taking a step back, 2023 was a silly good year from a work standpoint in terms of getting a promotion, and from a financial perspective in terms of being able to obviously buy our property and obviously go on a crazy amount of holidays. Me and Em went away 12 times or 13 times to 12 different countries last year. Also did a backyard ultra, so I was trying to do as much as I could within the constraints, but ultimately I was constrained. I didn't have any more days holiday to take where I could go to more countries and travel to different places. So this year, ultimately, yeah, I said goodbye to my job. I'm going full-time on YouTube, traveling the entire way around the world for the next 12 months, or I guess until we run out of money. Hopefully it's around that time or slightly longer. But I think for me, travel is something that I just love doing. People enjoy spending their money on buying more material things, or if you want to spend more time, whatever it is, with family and so forth. I think the main two for me are spending time with family and Emma, Shady and Neen's legends of the scene, but also that travel element. for me, you go to a new country, you get thrown in there where you don't speak the language, you've got to work things out, you're drinking different beers, going to flare sunset spots. They're just the things that, do you know what I mean, bring me the most enjoyment in life. For yourself, it may be, do you know what I mean, from a fitness perspective. Again, it's all different for different people. So 2024 goals, full time on YouTube, want to hit 1K subs on there. So this is a reminder, if you've not already hit the button, hit it down below. We're coming very, very, very close. First 2 months, I want to do no boozing. We're about 6 weeks through at the minute, so I've got another 2 weeks to hit that. Down about 5-6 kgs at the minute and feeling real good for it. If you want to see my pasty rig, check out my Instagram. Again, it'll be tagged down below. I want to visit 20 countries. Last year we did 12, and obviously, yeah, we're out on a world travel trip this year, so all across Asia, South America, Indonesia and Australia. So I want to do 20 countries within the next 12 months, and within that I want to do 30 YouTube videos improving, do you know what I mean, the thumbnails, the edits and all that good stuff, and then also do 250 TikToks. I'm going to be doing daily TikToks. If you want to see what I'm getting up to on a daily basis, a little bit more easy to digest content, a minute and a half type stuff, that is also going to be linked down below. And yeah, that's it. I think it's a case of earning less money to do the things you want to do more and the things you're passionate about, and that is kind of what I'm doing this year. If we get to the end of the 12 months, I've run out of money, fair enough, and it's not worked out, at least I'll always look back and say, well, I took that step, I took that chance. If you don't take the chance, you don't take the risk, you're never going to be in a position where you say you love everything about your life and what you do. So just cut myself off there. Perfect, as we're getting into a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of flow. But what I'm saying is, if you don't take that chance and you don't take that risk, and I'm not saying you want to do the riskiest things in life or go traveling the world when you've not worked in a certain role from that time, saved up enough money. I think you have to earn that privilege to then go and follow your dreams. But whether that be, do you know what I mean, looking and spending more time with your family, starting your own business, doing a fitness challenge, or traveling more, I think you need to look at where you want to be and how you're going to get there and putting a plan in place to get to that next step. So ultimately, I want to open a conversation. I know when I posted this on my Insta story where I just kind of posted the key topics, lots of people messaged back, and I think there's a lot of like kind of positive feedback from that. So if you've watched this and you see some value, obviously drop me a message on Insta, drop me a message in the comments. Obviously I'd love to open up some dialogue around that. What are your goals? What are you looking to achieve in 2024? Let me know down below. And also, if you can do me a favor while you're there, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and remember, baby, the chef is always cooking.